I was raised Lutheran, and we are kind of what I call University Catholic. I was used to a very kind of more of a formal service, very structured service.
There's going to always be more traditional type of churches that worship and hear the word that way, that will speak to some people, but there's so many people who need to hear the word of God, and they might not take the time to come into a church.
You know, we recite the same thing every week and we say it at the same time. You figure it out and join it. That's not our mindset. It's how do we bring this simple truth that the Christian faith teaches and communicate in a way that this culture can go, I get that. I may not agree with you, but at least it makes sense. I understand what you're saying.
He flipped him a single coin and tipped his hat. The treasure was his, and he left them with only one word.
Let's say a word of prayer together. Lord, thank you for a chance to gather like this, a chance to learn, a chance to think together and to pray together and to look at your word. That we would also have time to be quiet and look at our lives and realize that we can make choices and live in ways that can be good, bad, or ugly also.
Probably a combination of the founding pastor, Howie, who loves movies and YouTube clips, and myself, who I'm a real movie buff. But I think more than that, just by necessity to communicate, Shoreline's mission is to help as many people as possible become totally committed to Jesus Christ.
When I first became a believer, the church that I attended was very conservative. So coming here and seeing bikers, and actually today in front of me was a guy with no shoes, like totally worshiping God and having a blast.
We live in a technology-based, video-savvy culture, and so to have good lighting, to have be able to use video pieces, to be able to have quality sound, all these technical aspects isn't just for a church like Shoreline, in the community that we're in, isn't just that's an optional thing if you want to do it. I think it's an essential.
Almost anything goes. We'll do a Sunday where we'll have like a bluegrass band come and play and lead worship, kind of like a bluegrass style, or we'll be just doing like a whole month of just acoustic driven worship. So in like October we'll do an event called Message Bonanza where the congregation has a chance to kind of give input on what they want to be taught next year, and so they'll kind of pick specific topics. Kevin takes those and kind of crafts like an overarching kind of theme for each message, and then the Inception team comes together and we talk about that and shape what the look's going to be like, what the specific series title might be if we're going to do a series.
I guess you could say this is where the story really begins.
The good and the bad and the ugly, I loved it. My kids had a blast with it. They were very engaged.
Our video team was responsible for that, and so they went out to the desert and shot the whole thing.
Like this, check out this move, give it a try. It's the 1-2 punch of honesty and justice.
A couple years ago we did a theme called Bible Smackdown, and that one, it was a great one because we built a wrestling ring in the middle of the worship center.
A message that's called Cage Match. If you know anything about wrestling, if you know a lot about professional wrestling, and I hope you don't, but if you do, you know that a cage match, it's the final battle. And today we're talking about stuff, material things, and how it is a battle because the stuff of this world wants to get a chokehold on you and on me and not let go.
One of my favorite movies is What About Bob? And one time on a little piece on worship, I showed the scene where he's sitting at the table eating corn and just making noises and enjoying his food, very just and loving it. I said, I wish that when we worshiped God, we'd have that kind of enthusiasm. Well, you could just put that on a TV monitor and show it. In a church like Shoreline, you got big screens and it takes more to get it done. But utilizing technology, if it helps forward the message and the mission and the goal of the church, it's a great thing to do, and start where you're at and begin to utilize it as best you can.
That's what I'm talking about.